Do you ever feel a deep, unsettling conflict between your spiritual values and the practical, sometimes mundane demands of managing money? Does the very act of budgeting or reviewing your finances trigger a whisper of guilt, a fear of becoming materialistic, or a sense that you're somehow betraying your higher self? If so, you are not alone. For so many who walk a path of spiritual awareness, the world of finance can feel like a battlefield, a place where the sacred and the secular clash, leaving us feeling stuck, anxious, and disconnected from the very abundance we seek. But what if I told you that this conflict is not an inherent truth, but a narrative that can be alchemically transformed? What if managing your money wasn't a chore, but a sacred ritual? What if true prosperity wasn't about chasing wealth, but about embodying a state of divine stewardship? Welcome, fellow alchemists, to a profound exploration that promises to reshape your financial reality. In this audiobook, The 12 Alchemical Steps to Conscious Stewardship for Spiritual Financial Freedom, we will journey together to dissolve the illusion of conflict between spirit and substance. We will unlock the ancient wisdom that reveals money not as a master to be served or a burden to be endured, but as a powerful energy to be consciously stewarded. Prepare to discover how to align your finances with your soul's deepest values, transforming guilt into flow and scarcity into sustainable abundance. And as we embark on this transformative path, I invite you to look to the end screen that will appear shortly. On the left, you will find a curated playlist. Start Here, the Foundations of Abundance, designed to deepen your understanding. And on the right, I have personally selected our guide, The 12 Principles of Sacred Wealth, your complete guide to healing spiritual money, guilt, full audiobook, as the perfect next step to further anchor these powerful insights. Introduction. The Inner Conflict of Spirituality and Money. Welcome, seeker of true prosperity. I am Elias Vance, and it is my honor to guide you on this sacred path. If you are listening to this, you likely carry a deep yearning for more freedom, more impact, more joy. Yet you also carry a profound spiritual awareness, a connection to something greater than the material world. And herein lies the paradox that often perplexes the spiritual aspirant, the perceived chasm between the soul and the purse. We are taught, in many spiritual traditions, to value detachment from material possessions, to focus on inner richness, on divine love, on service. And these teachings are, in their essence, profoundly true. They are the bedrock of a fulfilling life. But somewhere along the way, for many of us, this beautiful wisdom became twisted. The pursuit of inner peace morphed into a dismissal of the outer world, and the desire for spiritual growth became entangled with a subconscious rejection of financial abundance. Think about it. How often have you heard phrases like, "Money is the root of all evil," or "The rich can't enter the kingdom of heaven"? These sentiments, while perhaps well-intentioned at their origin, have been distorted into a spiritual dogma that equates financial success with moral compromise. This leaves countless individuals like you caught in a painful inner conflict. You desire the freedom that financial abundance can provide, the freedom to support your family, to pursue your passions, to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. But this desire is met with a deep-seated guilt, a subconscious fear that wanting money means you are somehow lacking in spiritual purity. This internal tug-of-war creates a vicious cycle. You may dabble in manifestation techniques, you might set financial goals, but the underlying dissonance, the belief that spirituality and wealth are mutually exclusive, acts as a powerful energetic barrier. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You pour in the energy, the affirmations, the strategies, but it constantly drains away because a core part of you believes you don't deserve it, or that it's somehow wrong to have it. This leads to what many call financial blocks, but I see it as a fundamental misalignment between your soul's purpose and your energetic relationship with money. I remember speaking with a client, Anya, who felt this conflict acutely. She was a gifted healer, passionate about her work, but she consistently undercharged for her services, feeling that to ask for more money would be exploitative. She saw wealth as something for others, for those who were less spiritually evolved. The result? She was exhausted, barely making ends meet, and deeply resentful, not of her clients, but of the universe for not appreciating her gift. Her spiritual values were paradoxically keeping her from the abundance that would allow her to serve even more effectively and live a life of ease. Enya's story is not unique. It is the story of so many beautiful souls who are unknowingly holding themselves back. This audiobook is for you. It is for the healer, the artist, the entrepreneur, the caregiver, anyone who feels that spiritual calling and also recognizes the practical necessity and potential beauty of financial abundance. My mission is to bridge this perceived gap. We will not be dismissing spiritual wisdom. We will be integrating it. We will not be chasing quick fixes. We will be cultivating a deep, alchemical transformation of your relationship with money. We will reframe financial management not as a source of guilt or restriction, but as a sacred act of stewardship, an expression of your divine worth, and a powerful catalyst for your spiritual growth. This is the path to true prosperity, a prosperity that nourishes both your soul and your life in the material world. Chapter 1. Understanding financial energy. Money is flow, not possession, so we've acknowledged the inner conflict. We've recognized that persistent feeling of spiritual dissonance when it comes to money. Now let's begin the alchemical work by fundamentally shifting our perception. For too long, we've been conditioned to view money as a thing, a tangible object like a coin, a bill, a number in a bank account. We see it as something to be owned, possessed, guarded, and accumulated. We strive to get money, to hold on to money, to make money. This perspective, while practical on a surface level, is the root of much of our energetic struggle. Money, at its core, is not a thing. It is energy. It is a medium of exchange, a representation of value, yes, but fundamentally, it is a vibrational frequency. And like all energy, it thrives on movement, on circulation, on flow. Think of it like water. You can try to dam up a river, to hoard all the water in one stagnant pool. Eventually, that water will stagnate. It will become dirty and it will cease to be life-giving. Or you can allow the river to flow, to nourish the land, to move downstream, and in that movement it remains vital, clean, and abundant. This is precisely how financial energy operates. When we cling to money, when we view it as something to be hoarded, we create energetic blockages. This hoarding mentality, this deep-seated belief that there isn't enough, that I must protect what I have at all costs, disconnects us from the natural abundance of the universe. It tells the universe, I don't trust the flow. They will hold on tight. And what is the universe's response? It respects our energetic command, and the flow slows to a trickle, or stops altogether. This is why traditional financial advice, focused solely on accumulation and saving, can fall short for the spiritually minded individual. It reinforces the idea of money as a static possession, rather than a dynamic force. We need to understand that true wealth is not measured by the size of our vault, but by the volume and vitality of the financial energy that flows through us. Consider the concept of abundance. What does it truly mean? It's not just having a large bank balance. It's a state of being, a consciousness. It's the feeling that there is always enough, that needs are met, that resources are available. This state of abundance is inherently fluid. It is the universe's natural state, a constant expansion, a continuous creation. Money, as a representation of universal value, should reflect this. I recall a moment years ago when I was deeply immersed in trying to build wealth. I was meticulously tracking every penny, trying to minimize every expense, and constantly thinking about how to acquire more. I felt like a gatekeeper guarding my small fortune. Then I had a powerful realization during a meditation. I saw money not as coins in a chest, but as golden threads weaving through my life, connecting me to the world, to opportunities, to people. And these threads were meant to move. When I held onto them too tightly, they frayed and broke. When I allowed them to flow, they multiplied and strengthened, weaving an even richer tapestry of my life. This shift in perception was a turning point. I began to understand that generosity, wise spending, and investing weren't losses of money, but acts of energetic circulation that ultimately amplified my own abundance. So, what does it mean to treat money as flow? It means a few things. Firstly, it means letting go of the scarcity mindset, the belief that if I give or spend money, I will have less. Instead, we cultivate a mindset of generous circulation. We understand that by investing in ourselves, in our businesses, in the well-being of others, we are participating in the natural flow of energy, and that flow will, in turn, bring more back to us. It's like planting seeds. You give away some of your harvest, but in doing so, you ensure a future harvest. Secondly, it means viewing our financial actions through an energetic lens. Every dollar we spend has a vibration. Does that dollar go towards something that aligns with our highest values, something that nourishes us and the world? Or does it go towards things that drain our energy, that create more scarcity, that disconnect us from our spiritual path? This isn't about deprivation, it's about conscious intention. This understanding is the foundation for conscious stewardship. We are not passive recipients of financial luck. We are active participants in the energetic dance of abundance. By shifting our perspective from possession to flow, we begin to align ourselves with the very principles of the universe, allowing true, sustainable wealth to manifest in our lives. Chapter 2. The Sacred Trust. Redefining stewardship versus ownership building on our understanding of money as flow. We now arrive at a pivotal concept, the idea of a sacred trust. This is where the true alchemical transformation begins, where we shift from the limited, often guilt-ridden paradigm of ownership to the expansive, spiritually aligned principle of stewardship. For most of us, our entire lives have been steeped in the language and experience of ownership. We own a car, we own a home, we own our savings. We derive a sense of identity, security, and control from this ownership. And in the material world, ownership has its place. But when it comes to money and wealth, clinging to the concept of ownership can create a significant energetic bottleneck. Think about it from a spiritual perspective. Is anything truly ours? We arrive on this planet with nothing, and we leave with nothing. Our material possessions, our accumulated wealth, these are temporary stewardships. We are given the opportunity to manage, to use, and to benefit from these resources for a period of time. When we view wealth as something we own, we create a sense of possessiveness, a fear of loss, and a subtle arrogance that can disconnect us from the source of all abundance. The concept of a sacred trust, however, elevates our perspective. When you hold something in trust, you are not the ultimate owner. You are a custodian. You are responsible for managing this resource in a way that honors its source, that fulfills its intended purpose, and that benefits not just yourself, but a larger system. Consider a trustee of a charitable foundation. They don't spend the foundation's money on themselves. They manage it according to the foundation's mission, ensuring it serves the greater good. Applying this to our financial lives means recognizing that the money we have, whether it's a small amount or a large fortune, is not solely ours to hoard or to spend frivolously. It is a divine resource entrusted to us. This perspective shifts our entire motivation. Instead of asking, how can I get more money for myself? We begin to ask, how can I wisely steward this financial energy in alignment with my soul's purpose and the greater good? This redefinition has profound implications. Firstly, it dissolves much of the guilt and shame associated with money. If you are stewarding resources well, acting with integrity, and making conscious choices, where is the room for guilt? The focus shifts from, did I earn this ethically? To, am I using this resource wisely and with divine intention? This empowers us. It turns financial management from a source of anxiety into a sacred practice. Secondly, it fosters a sense of responsibility and purpose. When you view your finances as a sacred trust, you are more likely to make decisions that are not just financially sound, but also ethically and spiritually aligned. You become more mindful of your spending, more intentional with your investments, and more generous with your giving. You start to see your financial actions as a form of prayer, a way of expressing gratitude and participating in the divine economy. I remember a time when I was faced with a significant financial decision. I had the option to pursue a venture that promised substantial personal gain, but felt energetically off. It didn't align with my core values of service and integrity. My old mindset of ownership would have pushed me towards the profit, rationalizing it away. But my evolving understanding of stewardship stopped me. I asked myself, if this money is a trust and I am its steward, would this particular use of it honor the source, the purpose, and the greater good? The answer was a clear no. I chose a path that offered less immediate personal wealth, but aligned perfectly with my soul's mission. That decision, while financially less successful in the short term, led to a deeper sense of peace and ultimately a more sustainable and aligned form of abundance. It taught me that true wealth is not just about accumulation, but about the integrity of our stewardship. This principle of sacred trust is not about giving all your money away or renouncing all material comfort. It's about a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that you are a co-creator with the divine, entrusted with resources to manifest your soul's purpose and contribute positively to the world. It's about operating from a place of integrity, wisdom, and service. When we embrace this, the energy of money shifts from a heavy burden of ownership to a light, powerful force of creation and contribution. Chapter 3. Identifying your money blocks. Guilt, shame, and scarcity. Now that we've established the energetic nature of money and the powerful principle of sacred stewardship, we must confront the shadows that obscure our path to abundance. These shadows are what we call money blocks, the deeply ingrained, often subconscious beliefs and emotional patterns that prevent us from receiving, managing, and circulating financial energy with ease and integrity. And at the heart of many spiritual persons' money blocks lie three potent forces: guilt, shame, and scarcity. These are not just abstract concepts, they are potent energetic frequencies that create energetic walls around our wealth. Let's start with guilt. As we discussed, many spiritual traditions have inadvertently fostered a sense of guilt around wanting or having money. The belief that wanting material wealth is somehow unspiritual, or that earning money automatically makes one less pure. This guilt can manifest in various ways: undercharging for your services, feeling undeserving of the wealth you do have, experiencing anxiety when you spend money, or constantly feeling like you need to justify your financial success. This guilt creates a vibration of unworthiness, and as we know, like attracts like. You cannot attract abundance when your dominant energetic signature is guilt. Then there is shame. While guilt is about an action, I did something bad, shame is about an identity. I am bad. These financial shame can stem from past mistakes, from perceived failures, from comparisons with others, or from inherited family patterns of financial struggle. It whispers, you're not good with money, you always mess things up, or you don't deserve to be financially successful because of your past. This shame creates a powerful energetic contraction. It makes us want to hide our financial situation, to avoid dealing with money altogether, and to shrink our potential. It's like trying to grow a magnificent garden while constantly hiding it away from the sun. And finally, scarcity. This is the pervasive belief that there isn't enough. Not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough love, not enough time. Scarcity is the bedrock upon which guilt and shame often build their fortresses. When you operate from a scarcity mindset, your default response to any financial situation is fear. Fear of loss, fear of not having enough for the future, fear of not being able to meet your needs. This fear constricts your energy, making you resistant to flow, to generosity, and to taking inspired risks that could lead to greater abundance. It keeps you perpetually looking at what's missing, rather than appreciating what is present and trusting in the universe's capacity to provide. I remember working with a client, David, who had a beautiful spiritual practice. He meditated daily, practiced gratitude, and genuinely wanted to live a life of abundance. Yet his bank account remained stubbornly stagnant. When we delved into his money blocks, we uncovered a deep-seated shame related to his father's business failure. His subconscious mind had made a protective pact to avoid the pain and shame my father experienced. I will never allow myself to accumulate significant wealth. This was a deeply ingrained emotional block, fueled by shame and scarcity. No amount of positive affirmations about abundance could overcome this subconscious programming. Identifying these blocks is the crucial first step in dismantling them. It requires honest self-inquiry. Ask yourself, when I think about money, what are the first emotions that surface? Is it anxiety, fear, excitement, guilt, shame, or something else? What stories have I been told about money, both by my family and by society, that I have internalized? Do I feel a subconscious resistance to earning more money or to spending money on myself or my dreams? Do I frequently worry about not having enough, even when my current needs are met? We need to excavate these patterns. They are often hidden beneath the surface, running on autopilot. They might have originated from childhood experiences, from family narratives passed down through generations, or from cultural conditioning. The good news is, once identified, these blocks can be transmuted. They don't have to define your financial destiny. The process of conscious stewardship begins with bravely looking into the shadows, acknowledging their presence, and preparing them for alchemical transformation. Chapter 4. The energetic impact of financial decisions. Every decision we make, especially concerning money, sends ripples through our energetic field. It's not just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the vibration we are broadcasting to the universe. Understanding this energetic impact is crucial for conscious stewardship. When we treat money as mere digits, we miss its subtle yet powerful influence on our overall well-being, our spiritual growth, and our capacity to attract more abundance. Think of your financial decisions as energetic actions. When you choose to spend money, you are releasing energy. When you choose to save or invest, you are directing energy. When you choose to give, you are circulating energy. Each of these actions carries a specific energetic signature, and the sum total of these signatures creates your financial energetic profile. Let's break down the energetic impact of different types of financial decisions. Spending decisions. Every purchase is a declaration. It's a statement of what you value, what you deem worthy of your precious energetic resource. Spending from lack versus spending from abundance. When you spend from a place of scarcity, I need this because I'm afraid I'll never have enough, you reinforce the vibration of lack. The energy you send out is one of desperation and fear. Even if the purchase itself is something positive, the underlying energy will dampen its potential for positive impact. Conversely, spending from a place of abundance, this purchase will add value to my life, support my well-being, or facilitate my growth, sends out a vibration of trust, appreciation, and growth. The energy is one of joyful contribution and expansion. Spending on what matters. Aligning your spending with your spiritual values and your soul's purpose amplifies the positive energetic impact. If your value is health, spending on nutritious food or a wellness retreat sends out a powerful, energetic signal of self-care and vitality. If your value is contribution, supporting ethical businesses or charitable causes sends out an energetic echo of generosity and positive impact. Saving decisions. Saving is not just about accumulating for a future goal. It's about cultivating a state of trust and foresight. Saving from fear versus saving from trust. Saving solely out of fear, I must hoard money in case of disaster, perpetuates the vibration of anxiety and lack. It implies a lack of trust in the universe's ability to provide. Saving from a place of trust and intentionality. I am prudently allocating resources to facilitate future growth, opportunity, or security. Sends out a vibration of wisdom, patience, and faith. This energy is far more conducive to attracting even greater resources. Investing decisions. Investing is where we truly become alchemists, using our financial energy to create more. Investing in alignment versus misalignment. Investing in ventures that directly contradict your spiritual values. For example, investing in industries that cause harm creates a deep, energetic dissonance. You are essentially pouring your life force into something that is energetically opposed to your being. This can lead to a subtle draining of your own vital energy and can hinder your overall prosperity. Conversely, investing in businesses or initiatives that align with your values, companies focused on sustainability, ethical practices, or conscious innovation, creates a powerful energetic synergy. You are not just investing money. You are investing your intention, your belief, and your energetic support into the growth of that which you deem valuable. This amplifies your own energetic field and attracts opportunities that are in harmony with your highest good. 4. Giving, generosity decisions. This is often the most misunderstood yet most powerful energetic action. Giving from obligation versus giving from flow. Giving out of obligation or a sense of duty can carry a heavy energetic charge. It feels like a sacrifice, a loss. But giving from a place of joyful circulation, from a genuine desire to contribute to the well-being of others or the world, is a profound energetic act. It's like sending a powerful pulse of abundance out into the universe, signaling your readiness to receive more. This is the energetic principle behind what goes around, comes around. It's not a transaction, it's a recognition of the interconnectedness of all energy. I once encountered a situation where a client was considering a significant charitable donation. Initially, she felt a pang of guilt. Should I really be giving away so much money? But as she meditated on the impact of that donation, the positive change it would create for others, her perspective shifted. She began to feel a surge of joy and purpose. The energy of her decision transformed from one of hesitant obligation to one of radiant generosity. Within months, she found herself receiving unexpected opportunities and financial windfalls, far exceeding the amount she had given. This wasn't a coincidence. It was the universe responding to her energetic offering of conscious, value-aligned giving. Every financial decision is an energetic statement. By becoming aware of the energetic impact of our choices, we empower ourselves to wield our financial energy with intention, integrity, and alchemical precision, creating a magnetic field for the abundance that is our divine birthright. Chapter 5. Creating a soul-aligned financial vision. We've explored the energetic nature of money, the principle of sacred stewardship, and the impact of our decisions. Now it's time to look forward. To create a truly abundant and spiritually fulfilling financial life, we must paint a clear, compelling vision of what that looks like, not just in terms of numbers, but in terms of the feeling, the purpose, and the impact. This is the art of crafting a soul-aligned financial vision. Many people create financial visions that are purely material. They focus on specific dollar amounts, on acquiring certain possessions, on reaching particular income levels. While these tangible goals have their place, they often lack the soul's deeper resonance. A soul-aligned vision goes beyond the what and delves into the why and the how it feels. It connects your financial aspirations to your core values, your spiritual purpose, and the contribution you wish to make to the world. So, how do we create such a vision? It begins with deep introspection. Connect with your core values. What truly matters to you at the deepest level? Is it freedom, creativity, service, connection, learning, contribution, family, health? Write down your top 5 core values. These will be the compass points for your financial vision. Any financial goal or strategy that doesn't align with these values will ultimately feel hollow and energetically draining. Define your soul's purpose or mission. Even if you don't have a neatly defined spiritual mission statement, you have a unique essence, a purpose for being here. What gifts do you have to offer the world? What problems do you feel compelled to solve? What kind of impact do you wish to make? Think about what brings you alive. What makes you feel most authentically yourself? Your financial vision should support and amplify this purpose. Envision the feeling of abundance. Go beyond the numbers. How does financial abundance feel in your body, in your soul? Does it feel like peace, freedom, security, joy, the ability to be generous, the capacity to explore and learn, the feeling of making a difference? Close your eyes and visualize yourself living this abundant life. What are you doing? Who are you with? What are you experiencing? Immerse yourself in the emotional landscape of your vision. This feeling is your energetic blueprint for manifestation. Translate vision into aligned goals. Once you have clarity on your values, purpose, and the feeling of abundance, you can begin to set financial goals that are truly soul-aligned. These goals won't just be about earning more. They will be about creating a financial structure that supports your highest good and your greatest contribution. Instead of, I want to make $10,000 a month, consider, I envision a financial life where I earn enough to comfortably support my family, invest in my spiritual growth, and generously contribute to causes that align with my value of e.g. environmental sustainability. This flow of abundance allows me to feel secure, joyful, and empowered to share my gifts freely. This vision then informs your practical steps. If your vision includes generous contribution, your goals might involve allocating a specific percentage of your income to charitable giving. If your vision includes freedom to travel and explore, your goals might involve creating passive income streams or a travel fund. I remember working with a young artist, Isabella, who was struggling to monetize her passion. Her initial financial goals were vague. I want to sell my art and make money. But when we explored her values and purpose, we discovered her deepest desire was to inspire others through beauty and to create art that uplifted the spirit. Her soul-aligned financial vision became, I envision a life where my art brings beauty and inspiration into the lives of others, allowing me to earn a comfortable living that supports my creative process, enables me to offer workshops to aspiring artists, and allows me to contribute to arts education programs. This vision transformed her approach. She began focusing on marketing her art in ways that highlighted its inspirational message. She developed workshops that aligned with her purpose, and she started identifying charities she could support with her art sales. Her financial goals shifted from simply selling art to creating a business that infuses the world with beauty and inspires others. This soulful approach not only brought her greater financial success, but also a profound sense of fulfillment. Creating a soul-aligned financial vision is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. It requires regular check-ins, adjustments, and a willingness to allow your vision to evolve as you grow. But by grounding your financial aspirations in your deepest values and your highest purpose, you create a powerful, energetic magnet that attracts not just money, but a life of true, integrated abundance. Chapter 6. Budgeting as a ritual of conscious stewardship for many. The word budget conjures images of restriction, deprivation, and a tedious list of don'ts. It feels like the antithesis of spiritual freedom and abundance. However, when we reframe budgeting through the lens of conscious stewardship, it transforms from a limitation into a powerful ritual, a sacred act of intentionally directing your financial energy in alignment with your soul's vision. The core principle here is intention. A budget is simply a plan for how you intend to allocate your resources. Without a budget, your financial energy can be scattered, driven by impulse, or unknowingly directed towards things that do not serve your highest good. A budget, when approached with the right mindset, becomes a tool for empowerment, not constraint. Let's redefine budgeting for the conscious steward. Budgeting as sacred allocation. Instead of seeing it as cutting back, view your budget as a sacred allocation of resources. Each line item represents a conscious choice about where you want your financial energy to flow. When you allocate funds for something, you are giving it your energetic permission and intention to exist and to contribute to your life or your vision. Budgeting as a visionary tool. Your budget is the practical manifestation of your soul-aligned financial vision. If your vision involves generous giving, your budget will include a line item for charitable contributions. If your vision involves continuous learning, your budget will allocate funds for books, courses, or workshops. If your vision involves vibrant health, your budget will prioritize nourishing food and wellness practices. Your budget is where you translate your dreams into actionable financial reality. Budgeting as a practice of awareness. Creating and reviewing a budget regularly brings a heightened level of awareness to your financial life. You begin to see where your money is actually going, which can be incredibly illuminating. This awareness is the first step toward conscious change. You might discover, for example, that a significant portion of your spending is on impulse purchases that do not align with your values or contribute to your long-term vision. This awareness then allows you to make more intentional choices. The ritual of review. Just as any sacred practice requires regular engagement, so too does budgeting. I recommend weekly or bi-weekly budget reviews. This isn't about judgment. It's about connection. During these reviews, ask yourself, are my current financial flows in alignment with my soul-aligned vision? Are there any areas where my spending feels out of integrity with my values? Where can I intentionally redirect my financial energy to better serve my purpose? What blessings or opportunities have arisen from my conscious financial choices? 5. Embrace inspired spending. A budget doesn't mean you can never enjoy life or make spontaneous purchases. In fact, a well-structured budget frees you up to spend more consciously and joyfully. When you know that your essential needs and your aspirational goals are covered, you can spend on things that bring you genuine pleasure or inspiration without guilt. This is inspired spending, choosing where your money goes with awareness and intention. I recall a client, Maria, who initially resisted budgeting fiercely. She felt it was too restrictive for her free-spirited nature. However, after experiencing a period of financial stress due to unplanned expenses, she reluctantly agreed to try a conscious allocation approach. We shifted the language from budget to sacred flow plan. Instead of tracking expenses, we tracked energetic investments. She allocated funds not just for necessities, but also for moments of soul rejuvenation, e.g., a spa day, creative fuel, e.g., art supplies, and generous contribution, e.g., to a cause she believed in. As she reviewed her sacred flow plan weekly, she noticed her anxiety decreasing and her sense of control and empowerment increasing. She realized that budgeting wasn't about denying herself. It was about intentionally creating a financial life that reflected her deepest values and her desire for a joyful, abundant existence. Budgeting, when approached as a ritual of conscious stewardship, becomes an act of love, love for yourself, love for your vision, and love for the energetic flow of abundance. It is the practical, empowered expression of your spiritual commitment to a life of true prosperity. Chapter 7. Setting energetic boundaries around money. In the realm of conscious stewardship, boundaries are not about exclusion. They are about preservation and flow. Just as a healthy river needs banks to guide its course and prevent it from overflowing into destructive floods, we need energetic boundaries around our financial lives to protect our energy, maintain our integrity, and ensure that abundance flows effectively and sustainably. Many of us, particularly those with a strong spiritual inclination, struggle with setting boundaries, especially around money. We may fear appearing selfish, ungenerous, or unspiritual if we say no to financial requests or if we protect our financial resources. However, the inability to set clear, energetic boundaries around money can lead to depletion, resentment, and a disruption of the very flow of abundance we seek to cultivate. What does it mean to set energetic boundaries around money? It encompasses several key areas. Boundaries around your income and resources. This is perhaps the most direct form of boundary. It means clearly defining what you are willing to exchange your financial energy for, and at what energetic value. Undercharging, as we've touched upon, undercharging for your services or products is a classic example of a weak financial boundary. It signals a lack of worthiness, both to yourself and to others, and it disrupts the energetic exchange of value. Setting clear pricing and holding firm to it is a crucial boundary, saying no to unaligned requests. If a financial request or opportunity does not align with your values, your purpose, or your capacity, it is essential to say no, gracefully but firmly. This doesn't make you ungenerous. It makes you wise and sovereign over your energetic resources. Boundaries around your time and energy in financial interactions. Your time and energy are also valuable energetic resources that money can impact. Protecting your money time. Dedicate specific times for financial review, planning, or client interactions. Avoid letting financial matters bleed into every moment of your day, creating constant low-level anxiety. Discernment in advice giving. While generosity of spirit is important, be mindful of constantly giving free financial advice or fixing others' financial problems if it drains your own energy and resources without appropriate exchange or reciprocity. Boundaries around your energetic field. This is about protecting your inner state from the negative financial energies of others. Emotional detachment from others. Financial struggles. While empathy is vital, becoming energetically entangled in someone else's financial problems can drain your own resources. You can offer support and guidance, but you are not responsible for solving their issues for them. Shielding from financial negativity. In conversations or environments dominated by scarcity talk, fear-based financial discussions, or gossip about wealth, it's important to create an energetic shield. You can participate with compassion, but you don't have to absorb the negative vibrations. Boundaries around your financial vision. This involves protecting your vision from external doubts or internal resistance, resisting external naysayers. When people express skepticism about your soul-aligned financial goals, it's important to maintain your conviction. Their doubts are a reflection of their own limited beliefs, not a reflection of your potential. Maintaining internal integrity. Sometimes, the greatest boundary is the one you set within yourself to consistently choose actions aligned with your vision, even when it's challenging. I once worked with a woman, Sarah, who ran a small spiritual business. She had many friends who would come to her with requests for help that often involved discounts on her services or unsolicited opinions about her business model. Sarah, wanting to be a good friend and a generous soul, often capitulated, which left her feeling resentful and financially strained. We worked on setting clear boundaries, She established a policy of offering a small, consistent discount for friends rather than ad hoc deep cuts. She also learned to kindly but firmly say, "I can offer you guidance on X, but the specifics of Y are part of my professional service and are priced accordingly." This wasn't about being unkind. It was about honoring her own energetic and financial well-being so she could continue to serve others from a place of strength, not depletion. The result? Her friendships deepened through mutual respect, and her business thrived because she was no longer energetically compromised. Setting energetic boundaries around money is an act of self-respect and a vital component of conscious stewardship. It ensures that your financial energy flows towards your highest good, supports your spiritual growth, and allows you to be a truly potent force for abundance in the world, without becoming depleted or compromised. Chapter 8. The Forgiveness. Ledger. Healing. Financial guilt and shame. We've explored the landscape of money blocks, particularly the potent forces of guilt and shame that so often plague the spiritually minded individual. Now we embark on a profound alchemical process, the act of forgiveness. Specifically, we will create and utilize a forgiveness ledger, a powerful tool for healing the wounds of financial guilt and shame, and for reclaiming your inherent worthiness to receive abundance. Guilt and shame around money are like energetic anchors, holding us back from the natural flow of prosperity. They stem from past actions, perceived failures, inherited beliefs, or societal conditioning. These are not simply fleeting emotions. They create deep, energetic imprints on our financial field, creating patterns of self-sabotage and limiting our capacity to receive. The practice of forgiveness, however, has the power to transmute these heavy vibrations. Forgiveness is not about condoning past actions or pretending they didn't happen. It's about releasing the energetic charge associated with those events, freeing yourself from the burden of the past, and reclaiming your present and future power, creating your forgiveness ledger. Your forgiveness ledger can be as simple as a dedicated journal or a digital document. The key is to approach it with sincerity, intention, and a commitment to healing. Here's how to use it. Step 1. Identify the sources of guilt and shame. Take time to reflect honestly. What financial situations, actions, or beliefs trigger feelings of guilt or shame for you? This could include past financial mistakes, e.g., a poor investment debt, feeling you've taken too much or not given enough, inherited family patterns of financial struggle or judgment, societal pressures or comparisons that lead to feelings of inadequacy, undercharging for your services, or gifts are spending money in ways you later regret. Step 2. Document each instance, briefly and objectively. For each identified source, write a brief, objective description of the situation. Focus on the facts, not on self-recrimination. For example, instead of, "I was so stupid for losing money on that stock," write, "In 2019, I invested in specific stock and experienced a significant financial loss when the market declined." The goal here is acknowledgement, not accusation. Step 3. Acknowledge the guilt or shame. After describing the situation, acknowledge the feelings that arose. You might write, "This situation brought up feelings of intense guilt and shame. I felt like a failure and deeply unworthy of financial success." This validates your experience. Step 4. Write a forgiveness statement. This is the core of the practice. For each documented instance, craft a powerful forgiveness statement. This statement should encompass forgiveness for yourself, and if applicable, for others involved, and for the situation itself. It's about releasing the energetic hold. Here are some examples which you can adapt for past mistakes. I now forgive myself for the financial decisions I made in situation. I acknowledge I was operating from a place of limited knowledge and understanding at the time. I release the guilt and shame associated with this experience, and I choose to learn from it, allowing it to strengthen my wisdom and my stewardship. I now embrace the present moment, free from the burden of past financial errors. For undercharging generosity, I forgive myself for undercharging for my gifts and services. I release the belief that my worth is diminished by what I charge. I now understand that setting fair, energetic exchange is an act of respect for myself and for the value I bring. I forgive any instances where I felt pressured to give beyond my energetic capacity, and I choose to honor my own resources with integrity. For inherited patterns, I forgive my family member, ancestors, for the financial patterns and beliefs they passed down to me. I understand they were doing the best they could with the awareness they had. I release myself from the energetic inheritance of guilt, shame, and scarcity. I now choose to create my own path of aligned abundance. Step 5. Seal with gratitude and affirmation. After writing your forgiveness statement, conclude with gratitude for the lesson learned and an affirmation of your present worthiness. For example, I am grateful for the lessons this experience has taught me about my own resilience and my capacity for wise stewardship. I'm now free to attract and manage abundance with peace, confidence, and divine alignment. I recall a client, Michael, who was deeply stuck in shame due to a series of bad debts from his younger years. He had avoided looking at his finances for over a decade. As we worked through his forgiveness ledger, he slowly began to release the burden. He wrote pages and pages, detailing every financial misstep. It was arduous, but with each forgiveness statement he described feeling a lightness, a literal unclenching in his chest. He finally understood that the universe wasn't holding his past against him. It was waiting for him to release himself. The act of writing and forgiving allowed him to move forward, not as someone defined by his past failures, but as someone empowered by his journey of healing and learning. The forgiveness ledger is not a quick fix. It is a consistent alchemical practice. Commit to revisiting it regularly. As you diligently work through this process, you will find the energetic weight of guilt and shame lifting, making space for the pure, radiant energy of abundance to flow freely into your life. Chapter 9. Aligning spending and investing with spiritual values. We've established that money is energy, that we are stewards of this energy, and that healing our blocks through forgiveness is crucial. Now let's bring it all together by consciously aligning our financial actions, our spending and our investing, with our deepest spiritual values and our soul's purpose. This is where practical stewardship truly blossoms into a life of integrated abundance. Think of your financial decisions as votes. Every dollar you spend or invest is a vote for the kind of world you want to create, the kind of energy you want to amplify. If your spiritual values include compassion, sustainability, integrity, and contribution, then your financial choices should reflect these values. Otherwise, you create a disconnect, a subtle energetic friction that undermines your efforts to manifest a life of true, aligned prosperity. Aligning your spending. Conscious spending is not about deprivation. It's about intentionality. It's about ensuring that the energy you exchange for goods and services resonates with your highest good and the highest good of all. Mindful consumption. Before you make a purchase, ask yourself, do I truly need this? Or is this an impulse driven by scarcity or external influence? Does this purchase align with my core values, e.g., health, sustainability, creativity, contribution? What is the energetic footprint of this purchase? Is it created ethically? Does it serve a positive purpose? How will this purchase contribute to my overall well-being and my soul-aligned vision? Supporting aligned businesses. Whenever possible, choose to spend your money with businesses and individuals whose practices and values resonate with yours. Supporting ethical companies, local artisans, or service providers who operate with integrity amplifies positive energetic currents in the economy. Generous giving as aligned spending. As we've discussed, giving is a powerful form of conscious spending. When you donate to causes you deeply believe in, or support individuals on their path, you are consciously directing your financial energy towards creating the world you wish to see. This is not a loss. It is an investment in the energetic landscape of abundance, aligning your investments. Investing is where your financial energy can truly become a force for positive change and multiplicative growth. However, many investments, especially those in conventional markets, can carry an energetic charge that contradicts spiritual values, ethical and socially responsible investing, ESRI. This approach screens investments based on environmental, social and governance (ESG) criteria. It means divesting from industries that cause harm, e.g., fossil fuels, weapons, exploitative labor, and investing in companies that are creating positive impact, e.g., renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, healthcare innovation, ethical technology, impact investing. This goes a step further, specifically seeking investments that generate measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. This could include investing in microfinance institutions, affordable housing projects, or companies developing solutions to global challenges. Direct investment in aligned ventures. Consider investing directly in businesses or projects that you personally believe in and that align with your values. This could be a friend's conscious business, a local cooperative, or an innovative startup focused on planetary well-being. Understanding the energetic signature. Even within conventional investments, try to understand the underlying energetic signature of the companies you invest in. What is their mission? How do they treat their employees? What is their impact on the planet? This deeper understanding allows for more conscious allocation of your capital. I once met a man, Robert, who was a successful financial advisor but felt a growing unease with the conventional investment vehicles he managed. His clients were focused solely on maximizing returns, often at the expense of ethical considerations. Robert felt his own spiritual values were being compromised. He began to research ESG and impact investing, and eventually he shifted his practice entirely. He started working with clients who were seeking to align their wealth with their values. This pivot was not just about a change in his career. It was about a profound alignment of his professional life with his spiritual path. He found that by guiding others towards ethical investments, he not only felt more fulfilled, but also attracted clients who were aligned with his own energetic frequency, leading to a more harmonious and ultimately more prosperous practice. Aligning your spending and investing with your spiritual values is not about perfection. It's about progressive alignment. It's about making conscious choices, learning as you go, and trusting that as you direct your financial energy with integrity and intention, you are co-creating a reality that is both abundant and deeply fulfilling, a true reflection of your soul's highest expression. Chapter 10. Inspired Action versus Hustle. Finding flow in financial growth, in our journey towards conscious stewardship and spiritual financial freedom. We encounter a crucial distinction, the difference between hustle culture and inspired action. These two approaches to achieving goals, especially financial ones, carry vastly different energetic signatures and lead to vastly different outcomes. Understanding this difference is key to finding flow in your financial growth, rather than fighting against an uphill battle. Hustle culture. Hustle culture is characterized by a relentless drive, often fueled by fear, scarcity, and the belief that success requires constant, exhausting effort. It glorifies working long hours, sacrificing personal well-being, and pushing through exhaustion. The underlying message is, if you're not constantly grinding, you're not working hard enough, and you don't deserve success. Energetically, hustle culture operates from a place of resistance. It's like trying to swim upstream against a strong current. There's a constant feeling of struggle, pressure, and never-enoughness. This approach often leads to burnout, resentment, and ironically, can hinder true abundance because it operates from a vibration of lack and desperation. It assumes that effort alone, divorced from energetic alignment, is the key to unlocking wealth. Inspired action. Inspired action, on the other hand, emerges from a place of alignment, clarity, and intuition. It's about taking steps that feel energetically resonant, that are guided by your inner wisdom, and that align with your soul-aligned vision. It's not about doing less, but about doing what matters most, with the right energy and intention, intuitive guidance. Inspired action listens to inner nudges, synchronicities, and clear intuitive guidance. It's about recognizing opportunities that feel energetically right, even if they aren't the most obvious or traditionally hustle-oriented path. Flow and ease. When you operate from inspired action, there's a sense of flow. Tasks feel less like a grind and more like a natural progression. Challenges may still arise, but they are met with a sense of resourcefulness and trust, rather than sheer force. Energetic alignment, the underlying vibration of inspired action, is one of trust, openness, and co-creation with the universe. It assumes that the universe is supporting your path and that the right opportunities and resources will manifest when you are in alignment. Sustainable growth. This approach leads to sustainable growth because it honors your well-being and your energetic reserves. You are building abundance from a place of strength and clarity, not from depletion and desperation. I remember a period early in my own journey when I was caught in the hustle trap. I was working around the clock, convinced that this was the only way to build my business. I was exhausted, irritable, and my spiritual practice suffered. Then I had a moment of profound clarity. I stopped, I meditated, and I asked for guidance on the next right step. The inspiration that came was surprisingly simple: to reach out to a specific individual I had been procrastinating contacting for months, not to sell them anything, but simply to connect and offer value. It felt easy, natural, and energizing. That simple, inspired action led to a breakthrough collaboration that exponentially accelerated my progress, far more than any amount of forced hustle ever had. It was a powerful lesson in the power of aligned action over sheer effort, finding your flow. So how do you cultivate inspired action and move away from the draining cycle of hustle? Prioritize your inner work. Daily meditation, journaling, and quiet reflection are essential. This is where you connect with your intuition and gain clarity on your soul's direction. Clarify your soul-aligned vision. Knowing your why provides the energetic compass for your actions. Listen to your intuition. Pay attention to those subtle nudges, those gut feelings. When an idea or opportunity feels energetically light and exciting, explore it. When it feels heavy or resistant, it may not be inspired action. Take aligned steps. Once you have clarity and inspiration, take focused, intentional action. This might not always feel like hard work in the hustle sense, but it will be impactful and aligned. Practice discernment. Not every idea or opportunity is inspired action. Learn to discern between what truly resonates with your soul and what is simply a distraction or a manifestation of scarcity thinking. Trust the process. Trust that when you are in alignment and taking inspired action, the universe will conspire with the right resources, opportunities, and synchronicity. Moving from hustle to inspired action is not about laziness. It is about working smarter, more intentionally, and in harmony with the natural, energetic laws of abundance. It's about recognizing that true growth comes not from fighting against the current, but from flowing with the divine river of prosperity. Chapter 11. Cultivating Worthiness to Receive Abundance. We've journeyed through conscious stewardship, energetic flow, and the healing of past wounds. We've aligned our actions with our values and discovered the power of inspired action. Now we arrive at what is arguably the most profound. yet often overlooked aspect of attracting and sustaining abundance, cultivating an unwavering sense of worthiness. You see, even with the most perfect strategies, the clearest vision, and the most diligent stewardship, if there is a deep-seated subconscious belief that you are not worthy of abundance, that very unworthiness will act as a magnet for scarcity, self-sabotage, and missed opportunities. It's the final, powerful alchemy required to truly embody prosperity. Worthiness is not something you earn. It is an inherent quality of your being. You are worthy of love, of joy, of peace, and yes, of financial abundance, simply by virtue of your existence. The challenge for many of us is that societal conditioning, past experiences, and internalized beliefs have created layers of doubt and self-rejection that obscure this fundamental truth. The energetic signature of unworthiness. An energetic signature of unworthiness manifests as self-sabotage. You might unconsciously make decisions that undermine your success, miss opportunities, or repeat patterns of financial struggle. Difficulty receiving. You may struggle to accept compliments, gifts, or even genuine prosperity when it comes your way. You might deflect praise or feel uncomfortable receiving abundance, as if you haven't earned it. Constant need for external validation. You may feel the need to prove your worthiness to others through achievement or by constantly seeking approval. Inner critic. A persistent, nagging inner voice that tells you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not disciplined enough, or not spiritually developed enough to deserve wealth. Cultivating worthiness, the alchemical process. Cultivating worthiness is an inside-out job. It requires conscious effort to dismantle the false beliefs and embrace your inherent divine value. Radical self-compassion. Begin by treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. When you notice your inner critic arise, don't fight it. Gently acknowledge it. Thank it for its misguided attempt to protect you, and then offer yourself a statement of self-compassion. For example, I notice the thought that I'm not good enough. It's okay to feel this way, but I am learning to see myself with love and acceptance. 2. Challenge limiting beliefs. Identify the specific beliefs that tell you you're not worthy. Are they related to your past actions, your upbringing, your perceived shortcomings? Once identified, consciously challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief truly serving me? Is it based on fact or on fear and old programming? Replace these limiting beliefs with empowering affirmations that resonate with your truth. Focus on your inherent value. Recognize that your worth is not dependent on your achievements, your income, or what you own. Your worth is intrinsic. You are a unique expression of the divine, and that in itself makes you infinitely valuable. Shift your focus from what you do to who you are. Practice receiving. Actively practice receiving in small ways. Accept compliments gracefully. Receive a gift with sincere gratitude. Allow someone to do something kind for you without feeling the need to immediately reciprocate or justify it. Each act of receiving without guilt or obligation retrains your energetic field to be open and receptive to abundance. Conscious affirmations and mirror work. Use affirmations that directly speak to your worthiness. Instead of, I want to be worthy, try, I am worthy of abundance. I am deeply deserving of all good things, or I embrace my inherent value. Mirror work. Looking into your own eyes and speaking these affirmations with conviction can be incredibly powerful. I recall a client, Elena, who was a gifted therapist. She poured her heart and soul into her clients, yet she constantly felt unworthy of receiving the full fees she charged. She would find reasons to give discounts or offer extended sessions for free, driven by a subconscious belief that her time and expertise weren't truly valuable. We worked extensively on cultivating her worthiness. We used mirror work, journaling, and conscious affirmations like, my skills and energy are valuable and I am worthy of fair compensation. It was a slow process, But as Elena began to genuinely believe in her worthiness, her clients responded positively. They felt the energy of her conviction and were more willing to invest in her services. Her financial flow increased, not because she changed her services, but because she changed her energetic state of deservingness. Cultivating worthiness is the alchemical process of returning to your true self, a self that is inherently divine, whole, and deserving of every good thing the universe has to offer. When you embody this deep, unwavering sense of worthiness, you become an irresistible magnet for abundance, allowing it to flow into your life with ease, grace, and lasting fulfillment. Chapter 12. Reprogramming subconscious money beliefs. We've spent considerable time discussing the powerful, often hidden, influences that shape our financial reality. We've explored the conscious layers of our relationship with money, but now we must delve into the deepest reservoir of influence, the subconscious mind. It is here in the hidden depths of our psyche that the most potent money beliefs, the ones that truly drive our actions and attract our experiences, are stored. Think of your conscious mind as a small boat on a vast ocean. Your subconscious mind is the ocean itself, powerful, deep, and largely in control of the currents and the tides. If your subconscious is programmed with beliefs of scarcity, unworthiness, or fear around money, no amount of conscious positive thinking or strategic planning will overcome the powerful, hidden currents that will inevitably pull you back. Reprogramming these subconscious beliefs is therefore not an optional step. It is the bedrock of lasting financial transformation. How subconscious beliefs are formed. These deeply ingrained beliefs are typically formed in our early years, through childhood experiences. What we overheard our parents or guardians saying about money, e.g., money doesn't grow on trees, we can't afford that, rich people are greedy. Societal conditioning, messages from media, culture and our peer groups about wealth, poverty and success, past traumatic events, negative financial experiences or losses that became deeply imprinted on our psyche, inherited patterns, unconscious adoption of family financial dynamics and beliefs, the power of the subconscious. Our subconscious mind operates on the principle of repetition and emotional intensity. Whatever we are exposed to repeatedly, especially if it carries a strong emotional charge, becomes etched into our subconscious programming. This programming then dictates our automatic thoughts, feelings, and behaviors related to money, often without our conscious awareness. Methods for subconscious reprogramming. The good news is that we can consciously influence and reprogram these hidden beliefs. It requires patience, consistency, and a willingness to engage in practices that bypass the critical conscious mind and speak directly to the subconscious. Hypnosis and guided imagery. Hypnosis, when conducted by a trained professional or through carefully crafted audio programs, can access the subconscious mind in a relaxed state. Guided imagery uses visualizations and suggestions to imprint new, empowering beliefs about money. This is why guided meditations focused on wealth manifestation are so powerful. They utilize the subconscious's receptivity. Affirmations with emotional resonance. Simply repeating affirmations consciously can have some effect. But for true subconscious reprogramming, they need to be infused with emotion. Say your affirmations with feeling. Visualize yourself already living the reality your affirmations describe. The emotional charge amplifies their impact. For example, instead of just saying, "I am wealthy," feel the joy, security, and freedom that wealth brings as you say it. Journaling and shadow work. Writing down your subconscious beliefs as they arise, and then consciously challenging and reframing them, is a potent form of reprogramming. Journaling allows you to bring these hidden beliefs into the light of awareness, where they can be examined and transformed. Shadow work, in particular, involves exploring the less desirable aspects of ourselves, including our fears and negative beliefs about money. with compassion and a desire for integration. Visualizations and vision boards. Creating a vision board filled with images that represent your desired financial reality, and then spending time regularly visualizing yourself already possessing and enjoying these things, is a powerful way to speak to your subconscious. The subconscious mind responds strongly to visual stimuli and the emotions associated with them. Consistent practice and belief. The most crucial element is consistency. Subconscious reprogramming is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of reinforcing new neural pathways. The more consistently you engage in these practices, the more deeply the new beliefs will be ingrained, eventually becoming your automatic programming. Crucially, you must also hold a genuine belief that this reprogramming is possible and that you are capable of creating this change. I recall working with a gentleman, Arthur, who had a deep-seated subconscious belief that money is hard to get. This belief stemmed from seeing his parents struggle constantly. No matter how much he consciously affirmed that abundance was easy, he would find himself facing unnecessary obstacles in his business, always making things far more difficult than they needed to be. We used a combination of guided imagery, visualizing money flowing to him effortlessly, like a gentle stream, and repetitive affirmations spoken with deep feeling. Over time, Arthur reported a profound shift. Challenges still arose, but his response changed. Instead of seeing them as insurmountable, he began to see them as temporary hurdles that he could easily navigate. He started making decisions with a newfound sense of ease, and his financial outcomes reflected this shift. His subconscious belief had been reprogrammed from money is hard to get to money flows to me with ease. Reprogramming. Your subconscious money beliefs is an alchemical process of transforming the hidden foundations of your financial reality. By consciously tending to these deep-seated patterns, you lay the groundwork for a truly abundant, effortless, and spiritually aligned financial life. Chapter 13. Practical Tools, Rituals and Meditations for Money. Energy healing, knowledge is power, but embodied wisdom is transformation. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored the principles of conscious stewardship, energetic flow, and the healing of deeply held money blocks. Now it's time to move from understanding to doing. This chapter is dedicated to providing you with practical, alchemical tools, rituals, and guided meditations that you can integrate into your daily life to actively heal your money energy and magnetize abundance. These practices are designed to bypass the conscious mind's resistance and speak directly to the subconscious, while also reinforcing your commitment to stewardship and worthiness. Ritual 1. The Daily Altar of Abundance. This ritual is about creating a sacred space and infusing it with the energy of abundance. When daily, preferably in the morning or evening. How? Designate a space. Choose a small area in your home, a shelf, a corner of your desk, or a small table. Cleanse this space energetically, e.g., with sage, Palo Santo, or simply by focusing positive intention. Create your altar. Place items that symbolize abundance and your spiritual values. This could include a representation of money, e.g., a beautiful coin, a crystal that represents wealth like pyrite or citrine, symbols of your core values, e.g., a feather for freedom, a book for learning, a plant for growth, a small candle, preferably gold or white, to represent divine light, a written affirmation or a declaration of your soul-aligned financial vision, a small bowl for offerings, e.g., a few coins, a symbolic gift. The daily practice. Light the candle, taking a moment to center yourself. Gaze at your altar and connect with the energy it represents. Speak your affirmation or vision aloud with feeling. Place a coin or a small offering in the bowl, stating your intention for conscious circulation. E.g., I offer this as a symbol of my commitment to flowing abundance, knowing it will be multiplied and returned. End with a moment of gratitude for all the abundance already present in your life. Meditation 1. The Golden Flow. Visualization. This guided meditation helps you connect with the feeling of money as pure, flowing energy. Whenever you need to shift your financial energy or feel a sense of scarcity. How? Find a quiet space. Sit or lie down comfortably, ensuring you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes. Deep breathing. Take several deep, slow breaths, allowing your body to relax and your mind to quiet. Visualization. Imagine a soft, golden light beginning to glow above your head. This light represents pure, divine abundance. Feel its warmth and gentle energy flowing down. Visualize this golden light slowly descending, entering your body through your crown chakra. Feel it fill your head, then your neck and shoulders. Allow it to flow down your arms, into your hands. Feel the warmth and energy of abundance tingling in your fingertips, energizing your core. Allow the golden light to flow down through your chest, filling your heart space with the feeling of love and worthiness. Let it descend into your abdomen, your solar plexus, the center of your power and manifestation. Feel it energizing your entire core to the earth. Continue guiding the golden light down through your legs, into your feet, and finally grounding it into the earth. As you ground it, imagine it connecting with the earth's abundant resources, creating a circuit of energy, money as light. Now, visualize money itself not as paper or coins, but as this pure golden light. See it flowing to you from all directions, from opportunities, from grateful clients, from unexpected sources. See it flowing through you to pay for the things that nourish you, to invest wisely, to give generously, and to flow out into the world, creating more abundance, embodying the flow. Feel the sensation of this golden light circulating within and around you. Feel the ease, the abundance, the peace. Repeat the affirmation, I am a conduit for divine abundance. Money flows to me and through me with ease and joy. Returning and grounding, gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, bringing the feeling of golden flow with you. Ritual 2. The Gratitude Offering for Received Abundance. This ritual reinforces your capacity to receive and expresses gratitude, which is a powerful abundance magnet. When after receiving unexpected money, a gift, or a financial blessing. How? Acknowledge the gift. Take a moment to truly acknowledge what you have received. Whether it's a small sum, a helpful favor, or a new opportunity, recognize its value. Write it down. In your forgiveness ledger or a dedicated gratitude journal, write down what you received and from whom, or what source you believe it originated, even if it was the universe. Express gratitude. Write a short note or speak aloud a heartfelt expression of gratitude. Focus on the feeling of thankfulness, e.g., thank you, universe, source, name of person, for this specific gift, money. I receive this with deep gratitude and joy. I am thankful for this abundance and for the ease with which it has come. Conscious circulation, optional but recommended. Consider setting aside a small portion of this received abundance, e.g., 10%, to be consciously circulated, either by investing it back into your soul-aligned vision, using it for a nourishing experience, or donating it to a cause you care about. This reinforces the principle of flow. Meditation. 2. The Mirror of Worthiness. This meditation is designed to directly address and heal subconscious beliefs about unworthiness. Whenever you feel self-doubt or unworthiness creeping in, find a mirror. Sit or stand comfortably in front of a mirror where you can clearly see your own eyes. Deep breathing. Take several deep breaths to relax and center yourself. Eye contact. Look directly into your own eyes. This can feel vulnerable, but it is essential for this practice. Acknowledge your inner child. Imagine the child you were, full of innocence and innate worthiness. Acknowledge that this inner child is within you now. Speak affirmations of worthiness. Gently, and with as much sincerity as you can muster, begin to speak these affirmations directly to your reflection. I see you. I love you. I accept you. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are enough. Your value is inherent, not earned. You are a divine being, deserving of all good things. I forgive myself for believing I was not worthy. I embrace my abundance and my worthiness now. Feel the emotion. As you speak these words, try to feel the truth of them in your heart. If resistance arises, acknowledge it with compassion and continue speaking the affirmations. The goal is not perfection, but persistent. Loving self-communication. Breathe into worthiness. Imagine breathing in pure, radiant energy of worthiness and exhaling any doubt or shame. Ending. Conclude by placing your hands over your heart and saying, I am worthy. I am abundant. I am loved. Take one last deep breath and open your eyes. These rituals and meditations are not just exercises. They are alchemical processes. They are your sacred tools for actively healing your relationship with money, cultivating worthiness, and allowing the natural flow of abundance to manifest in your life with grace and ease. Consistent practice is key. Treat these as sacred appointments with yourself and your prosperity. Chapter 14. Sustaining Flow. Daily practices to maintain financial alignment. The alchemical work of transforming your financial reality is not a destination, but a continuous, evolving journey. Just as a river must constantly flow to remain vital, your financial energy requires ongoing attention and conscious direction to sustain alignment and amplify abundance. This chapter focuses on embedding daily practices that will help you maintain this flow, ensuring that the prosperity you attract becomes not a fleeting moment, but a sustainable way of life. Sustaining flow means moving beyond sporadic bursts of effort to cultivate consistent habits that reinforce your conscious stewardship and your embodiment of worthiness. The morning financial check-in, 5 minutes. Purpose: to set a positive, intentional tone for your financial day. Practice. Before diving into emails or the news, take just 5 minutes. Gratitude. Briefly list 1 to 3 things you are grateful for financially, no matter how small. E.g., grateful for the roof over my head, grateful for the income from my last client, grateful for the ease of this morning's commute. Intention. State a clear, positive intention for your financial interactions and decisions today. E.g., my intention today is to steward my financial energy with clarity and generosity, or my intention is to approach all my financial interactions from a place of peace and worthiness. Quick affirmation. Speak one powerful affirmation related to your current focus, e.g., abundance flows easily to me, or I am a wise steward of my resources. Mindful spending moments throughout the day. Purpose: to infuse everyday transactions with awareness and intention. Practice: every time you spend money, pause for a moment. Acknowledge the exchange. Recognize that you are exchanging your energy for this product or service. Send positive energy. As you complete the transaction, send a silent blessing or intention of positive energy towards the recipient and the item, service you are receiving. E.g., may this purchase bring value to me and to the business that provides it, or sending gratitude for this resource that nourishes me. This shifts the energetic charge from mere transaction to conscious energetic exchange. The evening financial review, 10 minutes. Purpose: to consolidate learning, release any energetic friction, and prepare for the next day. Practice: before sleep, dedicate about 10 minutes. Gratitude recap. Reflect on any positive financial events or interactions from the day. What went well? What did you learn? Energetic release. If any financial stress, guilt, or anxiety arose during the day, acknowledge it without judgment. Then imagine releasing it with your exhale, sending it to the universe for transmutation. E.g., I release any financial worry from today. I trust the process. Affirmation of worthiness. End with a strong affirmation of your worthiness and your openness to receive. E.g., I am worthy of rest and abundant dreams. I am open to receiving all the good the universe has for me. Engaging with your vision regularly, weekly. Purpose. To keep your soul-aligned financial vision alive and vibrant. Practice. Once a week, dedicate 15-20 minutes. Review your vision. Reread your soul-aligned financial vision statement or look at your vision board. Connect with the feeling. Immerse yourself in the emotions and sensations of living that vision. What does it feel like to be financially aligned with your soul? Identify one inspired action. Based on your vision and your current energy, identify one small inspired action you can take in the coming week to move closer to your vision. This could be researching an ethical investment, making a conscious purchase, or reaching out to a potential collaborator. Mindful consumption of financial information. Purpose. To protect your energy from fear-based or scarcity-driven narratives. Practice. Be discerning about the financial news, social media, or conversations you engage with. Limit exposure. Reduce your exposure to constant market updates or sensationalized financial crises. Seek aligned sources. Prioritize information from sources that focus on conscious finance, ethical investing, and abundance principles. Set boundaries in conversations. If a conversation becomes dominated by scarcity talk, politely steer it towards solutions or positive financial strategies. Or excuse yourself if it feels energetically draining. I remember a client, David, who was struggling with inconsistent income. He felt his efforts to align his finances were constantly thwarted by external market fluctuations. When we discussed daily practices, he committed to a 5-minute morning financial check-in and a 10-minute evening review. He also began mindfully consuming financial information, opting for a weekly overview from an ethical finance newsletter rather than daily market reports. Within a few months, David reported a remarkable shift. While the external market conditions hadn't drastically changed, his internal experience of them had. He felt less anxious, more grounded, and more capable of making aligned decisions. His income stabilized and began to grow, not because he was working harder, but because he was sustaining a consistent energetic alignment through these daily practices. Sustaining financial alignment is about weaving these conscious practices into the fabric of your daily life. It's about showing up consistently for your financial well-being, with intention, awareness, and a deep trust in the principles of flow and worthiness. By doing so, you don't just attract abundance. You cultivate a life where prosperity is a natural, ongoing expression of your spiritual truth. Chapter 15. Conclusion. Becoming an alchemist of your financial destiny, we have journeyed together through the profound landscape of conscious stewardship, exploring the energetic nature of money, the principle of sacred trust, and the alchemy of healing our deepest money blocks. We've learned to align our spending and investments with our spiritual values, to distinguish between draining hustle and inspired action, and to cultivate the unwavering sense of worthiness that is essential for receiving abundance. We've armed ourselves with practical tools, rituals and meditations, and established daily practices to sustain this vital financial alignment. As we stand at this threshold, I want to reiterate the core message that has woven through our entire exploration. Abundance is not something you acquire. It is something you become. You are not merely a recipient of financial fortune. You are an alchemist. You possess the inherent capacity to transmute the heavy metals of guilt, shame, and scarcity into the pure gold of conscious prosperity. This transformation begins not with external actions alone, but with an internal shift, a redefinition of your relationship with money, a reclamation of your inherent worthiness, and a commitment to stewarding your financial energy with divine intention. The path of the conscious steward is one of continuous growth and evolution. It is a path that honors both your spiritual essence and your material needs, recognizing that these are not opposing forces but integral parts of a holistic, abundant existence. Your financial life, when aligned with your soul's purpose, becomes a powerful vehicle for expressing your values, contributing to the world, and experiencing the joy and freedom that true prosperity offers. Remember these key alchemical principles. Money is energy. Treat it with awareness, intention, and respect for its flow. You are a steward, not an owner. Manage your resources with integrity, wisdom, and a focus on greater good. Worthiness is your birthright. Release the stories that tell you otherwise and step into your deservingness. Alignment is key. Ensure your financial actions resonate with your deepest spiritual values and your soul's vision. Flow is essential. Practice circulation, generosity, and inspired action. Rather than hoarding and resistance, the journey doesn't end here. It is a continuous practice of conscious choice, deep self-awareness, and unwavering faith in your capacity to create a life of integrated abundance. Embrace the ongoing process of learning, growing, and alchemizing your financial destiny. The universe is abundant, and it awaits your conscious participation. Step forward with courage, with integrity, and with the knowing that you are a powerful co-creator of your financial reality. This is Elias Vance reminding you, the greatest wealth you will ever own is the knowledge of who you truly are.